Hello, everyone. Tina Hogan Grant here with my monthly solo chat. I like to call it a tea time hour. And I just like to hang out with the readers and see how you are doing, what you've been up to. It is also the month that I have been showcasing one of my books. I am doing this once a month in my group where I showcase one of my books. I have 14 books, so I have 14 months of showcasing to do. But this month has been Better Endings, which is book 2 of the Tammy Mellows trilogy, and I have been showcasing it all month long. And today I just like to wrap it up with a solo live chat, and I do a live read. And also, I'm going to be announcing the winners for the giveaways. I do a giveaway at the end of the month. The giveaways are related to the book I've been showcasing. And if you've been in my group, then you know it's been this book. Better Endings has been the showcase book this month. So if you can see me and hear me, let me know in the comments, and we will get started. Let me see who's here. We have Connie. Connie is here. Hey, Connie, how you doing? And Renee is here. Hey, Renee, good to see you. And Virgie is here. Hey, Virgie, good to see you also. I did put a notice in the group a few minutes ago because StreamYard, which is what I use for streaming these live chats, for some reason is not allowing me to stream to the group. So I put a notice in there that if you want to join the chat, you need to come here on my author page, because it's the only place, along with YouTube, where it is being streamed. As usual, we have technical difficulties. Don't you just love technology? Always gives me a hard time. And Renee says she can hear me just fine. That's good to know. And normally I have a list of things that I want to talk about, and my page is blank because I've been messing with StreamYard for the last half hour, trying to see what the problem is, why they won't stream to the group. And so I haven't been able to write a list of what I want to talk about. So we are just winging it today, and I will try and give you as much information as I can. I like to do these chats once a month, as you know, solo. And I talk about what's going on with me and what I'm working on. And I also like to find out what's going on with you and just chit chat. So I see that Carol is here. Hey, Carol. And Cindy is here. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. Karen said, did you put your phone on? I actually did, Karen. I actually remember there's a big sticker on my desk now, and I just leave it there full time because, as you all know, I'm now doing my chats up in my loft. I love it much better up here. I have so much more space and a desk where I can actually work off. And right there in front of me is Do Not Disturb for chats. So yes, it is on Do Not Disturb. So let's hope that it should work. I've used it one time before. The last chat I did forget, but I did remember this time. So Karen, thank you for that tip. And now hopefully I won't forget. So for me, I'm going to start talking about what's been going on with me. As you know, it's been a busy week. I've actually been feeling kind of overwhelmed. Number one, I did the book festival last weekend, and I had a fabulous time. I did post some pictures. I didn't take enough pictures. I was busy, chatting with readers and also other authors and stuff like that. I wish I had taken more pictures, but I think we always say that when we get home, oh man, why not take more pictures? But I did post a few, and it was a fabulous event. I really had a good time. It was huge. The one aisle I showed you in my pictures, that was like one of 10 aisles. It was a huge event. It went on Saturday and Sunday. And I did sell 203 books. So I'm very pleased with that. I met some wonderful readers, met some wonderful authors, and I was very pleased with it. Tomorrow I am doing a small event at our local library. It's for the local authors, and that's at Fraser Park Library. And I wish you were all local. You could come see me at our library tomorrow. But that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I am doing that. I just saw some. Janet is here. I just want to say hi as you come in. And then Lori is here. Hi, Lori. Connie said she likes just winging it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. My paper is blank. So yeah, that will be a small event tomorrow. So I'll be looking forward to that. It's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for any local peeps, and it goes on till 4. So it's a 3-hour event where local authors are going to be there. We can sign and sell our books. So I am looking forward to that. So that happened last weekend. This week, and you probably see me, I'm going to use the word is bitch about it, but I was bombarded with scammers on one of my posts. And we talk about it a lot. We, complain about it a lot. But this week has been the worst ever for my author page. And that's where I tend to get the scammers, is on my author page. And it was just out of hand this week. It totally interrupted my working schedule. I had to turn off my phone in the middle of the night because it just kept going off. And I posted that I had got hundreds and hundreds of scammers, and Facebook does nothing about it. And it gets very discouraging because I absolutely love this platform. I've met all of you on this platform, and I'm not going anywhere, but I wish Facebook would just do something about it, because it is just getting out of hand. And I actually had to turn off my messenger for my author page, not my personal page, but my author page. I actually had to turn it off, which is ridiculous because I am trying to promote my books on that page. I'm trying to, get to know people, but yet they can't message me right now because all I'm getting are these scam notifications. So it makes it really difficult to try and do our work, which is what we use this platform for, is to meet new readers, promote our books, do what I'm doing now, live chat. So I'm hoping that it gets sorted really soon. I did discover that I can actually block countries on my author page. So what I pretty much did is my author page goes to the main countries: Canada, US, most of the European countries, Australia. But I have blocked a lot of where all these scammers are coming from. And I think it has helped or curbed some, because the last couple of days I've not seen many scammers on my posts. So crossing fingers, this works or this helps. I'm leaving my messenger shut down, just the messenger part, not the page, just the messenger part, for about a week, just to curb them away, and then I'll turn it back on. So if for whatever reason, most of you know, but if you need to reach out to me for whatever reason, or if you're a winner, I will announce it on my author page when I do the weekly swag giveaways, that you'll have to contact me through my regular page, which is just Tina Hogan Grant. No author at the end. But that will be shut down. But yeah, this, what does it say? They like to put us in Facebook jail for liking. Yeah, it's true. They do, for the silliest things. And then these people come on and just bombard our posts, bombard our pages, steal our pages. And it's also happening on my ads. I do Facebook ads, and they're paid ads. So it's another way to expose my books, but they're getting bombarded with scammers, and I believe robots. And it's got to change, because I'm not going to continue paying for ads if they're just getting fed to scammers and robots. What's the point? So anyways, my rant is over. I just needed to get that out, that I have just had a heck of a time with Facebook this week, and it was very disheartening because I had to actually delete one post in particular. That's when it started, because it was just bombarded. I think it had like 2,000 comments that weren't even legit. They were just robots or scammers. So anyway, rant over. That was just a horrendous week with scammers. The other thing that is happening, and I know that all of you know here, is that we have adopted a new puppy. And we are super, super excited. And I'm going to try. We don't have him yet. His name is Jack. We named him Jack. And we were debating whether to get a puppy so soon after Miss Ellie. We miss her dearly. And, you got to know her very well. She came home the other day. Her ashes are now home, and she's now alongside Harley. But we were debating whether or not to get a puppy so soon. But yes, we've always had 2 dogs, and always, as far back as I can remember. And then I see Tess, and Tess is, I just, we're doing it for us, and we're doing it for Tess too. Tess needs a buddy. So Brittany Spaniels are not easy to come across, especially purebreds that Gordon's going to be training for bird abatement with the Falcons at work. So Jack, came to us, and we decided to go with it. So we are excited to bring Jack into our home, and you will be watching him grow. You know me, I love posting pictures of my puppies and my birds and Toby and all the other critters around here. So he is 8 weeks old, and he will be here Sunday. So we are super looking forward to meeting him, and I'll try and post some videos of the first meeting between him and Tess. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I mean, I'm sure Jack will be fine. It's Tess that we have to watch. So I'm sure she'll be fine. Her and Ellie got along just fine. We had Ellie first, and then we introduced Tess to Ellie. Tess will be 15 this year. She's doing really good. She just had her checkup with the vet just last week, and she's doing okay. So hopefully this will, give her a little playmate that she can play with or even watch over. So yes, Sunday, I'm not sure what time yet, but Jack will be here Sunday. So we are very looking forward to him coming here. Renee says, I know Jack is already part of your family. He said, yeah, this morning I went off the hill. I had to go do some things, and I actually stopped at the pet store and bought a basket full of toys for Jack. So they're waiting here for him. So we're excited. Cheng says, she is such an adorable. You both are blessed to have each other. Yeah, we are excited. We like the name Jack. And it's funny because Jack is one of the dogs in my next book, Secrets Told. There's a black Labrador and a golden Labrador, and one of the readers in the group actually picked the two names, Goldie and Jack, for the dog's names. And I just looked at the Brittany and goes, that's Jack. And yeah, so that's what we decided to call him. We're going to call him Jack. And Laurie says, you're getting prepared. I am getting prepared. I am. So we're excited about that. So that is the other thing that has been going on. Let me think. Secrets Told. I might as well get on with that one, right? Secrets Told, as you all know, is my next book. And yes, it is a standalone. It's still a standalone. It's going to remain a standalone. And it is my first standalone. I have been busy this month going through it. As you know, I finished the manuscript, the first draft, I guess last time I chatted with you because I was super excited. So this month, I have been working on cleaning it up. It's going slow. A number of reasons is because I was busy with the book festival, getting ready for that. And then the whole weekend, last weekend, was the book festival. So it's not going as fast as I want. What am I on? I just did some before I came live today. I think I'm on page 156 of 251. So I have 90 pages left to clean it up. And then I will go it through one more time. That won't take as long because the first time I clean it up, it takes forever. I am going through it like a toothpick, just correcting everything, changing things around. But I'm really enjoying how it's reading. And in fact, I'm going to do this today on this live, and I've never done this before, but I think it would be kind of fun. I am going to read you a chapter 1 of Better Endings in a little bit, because that is the book I have been showcasing. There it is. Showcasing all month. But I'm also going to read you chapter 1 of Secrets Told, just to give you a little insight to the book. I've never done this with any of my books before. And keep in mind, it is going through edits. I am reading it so you can't even see the edits or the spelling mistakes or the red pen or anything like that. And little things might change or stuff like that. But I think I got it right here in front of me because I've been working on it. And I thought about doing this when I was doing the edits. I thought, maybe I should do this because I've never done this before. I always just tell you about the book and, little insights to it and little excerpts. But I think I'm going to read you the first chapter in a little bit. So it's right here in front of me, and I'll do that in a while after Reckless Beginnings. But not Reckless Beginnings, Better Endings. Get it together, Tina. Better Endings is the one I've been showcasing all month. And I'm actually enjoying doing these showcases because it takes me back to these books that I wrote a few years ago. And I do talk about them, sporadically when I do takeovers and stuff like that. But to actually dive into the book and read excerpts and show you pictures from the books and stuff like that, it's fun. because it takes me back to the book. Better Endings was written in 2019. So that's 4 or 5 years ago. So it does feel good to reminisce and, take you back there too. Many of you I know have read the book, and for those that have not, but are a member of the group, and you see my books there on the banner on the top of the group, it's kind of introduces you to my work too. So it benefits, I think, all of us all the way around. Cynthia says I'm just going through I love involving you in the chat, so I'm trying to put up comments when I can. What I have to remember, I'll pay attention this time. The last time I read, I hit the mute button. And I just kept reading, and you guys, I'm sorry, did not hear a word I was saying. And I had no idea until I looked at the screen. So before I start reading, I will pay attention and make sure the mute button is not on. So that lesson learned on that one. And the reason I am on a different device. So when I use my laptop, I have all the big buttons in front of me. It's a big screen. But the laptop cannot keep up with the live feed. I need a new laptop eventually, but I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. So it's perfect for writing my books and stuff like that. But when I want to do a live stream, it just cannot keep up with the feed. So I switch to a mobile device, but it's smaller. So the mute button is like right there. I just have to pay attention. Let me see. She said, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Chang. She's excited for the first chapter. Excellent. Carol says, how exciting. Okay, so you're excited for the 2 reads. That is good. So why don't I start with a read right now? And that way I'm not reading back to back, and I can give my throat a little break. So we're going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read Better Endings, Chapter 1. There is a prologue in this book, but I am not going to read the prologue because what it does, it pretty much recaps Reckless Beginnings. And I put the prologue in there because this book can be read as a standalone. And the prologue pretty much recaps book 1 if you just want to read this one as a standalone. But if you haven't read any of them, or if you haven't read Reckless Beginnings, I don't want to spoil it for you and read the prologue. Chapter 1, I don't think it gives anything away, but if you don't want to hear any of it because you haven't even started the trilogy yet, you can mute me while I read. And I'm looking right now. I don't see a mute button on there. So I'm assuming I'm okay to read this. Renee says it's such an awesome bit. Thank you. Okay, so let's read this one, then I'll chat a little bit more. And then I will read you the first chapter of Secrets Told, which has never, ever been read to anybody, not even Gordon. Gordon hasn't even read that book. So you are the first. Connie says it's a really good book. Thank you so much. All right, so let's read chapter 1, and then I'm going to give you some more updates. And I'm not on mute, right? No, we're good? You can hear me? All right, here we go. Chapter 1, Better Endings, Book 2 of the Tammy Mellows trilogy. Tammy tried to open her eyes, but the bright light from above forced her to quickly close them again. She tried once more, allowing her eyes to adjust slowly to the piercing light. She could only manage a squint. Where am I? Then she felt the excruciating pain coming from her head. Wanting to rub it and release some of the discomfort she was experiencing, she tried to reach up with her right hand, but discovered she couldn't move her arm. Something was holding her back. She only heard metal banging against metal every time she tried to move her arm. Without turning her head, she managed to look down in the direction of her hand and saw in disbelief that she was handcuffed to the rail of the bed. What the fuck? She whispered out loud. The repetitive beeping noise from her left distracted her thoughts. Even in pain, she managed to turn her head slowly in the direction of the annoying sound. With her eyes now fully adjusted to the light, she saw she was hooked up to a monitor and an IV. She scanned the room and saw an empty bed on her right, which was next to a large picture window with the shades drawn. On the wall facing her was a television mounted up high. To the left of the TV was a door, which Tammy assumed led to a bathroom, and the other door in the room probably led to the way out. I'm in a friggin' hospital. What the hell happened? She scanned the room again. How long have I been here? Confused in a state of panic, she yelled, "Hello, hello. Anyone hear me?" Suddenly the door opened and an officer of the law appeared. Who are you? And where am I? Tammy lifted her cuffed hand. And why am I handcuffed? She asked, still in a state of confusion. The officer remained by the door. You've been in a car accident. I need you to remain calm until a nurse arrives to check you out, he said, using his tone of authority. But why the handcuffs? My head is killing me. She leaned her head back in the pillow, distraught. What the hell happened? I'll explain everything to you in just a moment. The officer peeked his head outside the door. Here she comes now, he said, sounding relieved. I'm going to leave you alone with the nurse. I'll be right outside the door. Once she had left, Tammy's head was in a tailspin. Car accident? Was anyone killed? God, why can't I remember? While deep in thought, the door opened again. This time it was the nurse with a clipboard in her hand. She was an older lady, skinny and probably in her late 40s. She had dark chestnut hair tied in a ponytail, and she gave Tammy a small smile as she approached the bed. Hi, welcome back. You've been out for a while. She stood by Tammy's side. How are you feeling? I am so confused. I remember nothing. Tammy strained to keep her head up. My head is killing me. I'm handcuffed to this damn bed, and no one is telling me anything. How would you feel? She replied sarcastically. All I can tell you is that you came in late last night with severe head injuries after being in a car accident. She turned to look at the monitor. Your vitals look good. She looked down at the chart in her hand. It says here that you had 11 stitches across your forehead, which is now bandaged. No broken bones and no internal injuries. I don't think you'll be here too much longer. She finished with another comforting smile. Tammy tried her hardest to remember the night before. Hey, what's today's date? She asked. January 1st. Not exactly a great way to start out 1990 now, is it? The nurse joked, followed by a chuckle. It was my birthday last night, New Year's Eve. Oh my God, that's right. I went out with some friends. Tammy closed her eyes, trying desperately to remember the night before. We went to, oh God, I don't remember. We went to a few places and drank all night. She cracked a laugh. Well, I'll never forget my 25th birthday, that's for sure. Ignoring the pain in her neck, her body stiffened and her eyes grew wide. Oh shit, my son, I never went home. She looked over at the nurse for consuming her face. My roommate, Judy, must be worried sick. I have to call her. She's watching my son. The nurse tried to calm her. I'm sure we can arrange for you to call after the officer has spoken to you. I'm going to call him in now, and then I'll leave you two alone. She patted Tammy's free hand. I'll see what we can do about that phone call, okay? The nurse made her way to the door and opened it enough to call the officer. Officer, you can come in now. Opening the door for the officer to enter, she stepped outside and closed the door behind her. Tammy had a horrific fall and wasted no time asking, am I going to jail? She didn't wait for his answer. She had to explain why she couldn't. I can't. I have a son at home and my babysitter. He's only 4, she pleaded. The officer ignored her question and approached the bed with a stern look. Chilled by his presence, Tammy cowered back against her pillow. He gave her a speech in a manner like a father would give to a child. You're a very lucky young lady. Do you realize you could have killed yourself? Tammy nodded. I'm surprised you don't have any more serious injuries, the officer added. Tammy didn't want a lecture. She needed answers. Can you please tell me what happened? She paused and softened her tone. Am I going to jail? She asked again. The officer continued in a stiff voice. It seems you attempted to drive a vehicle last night while under the influence of alcohol. You apparently blacked out of the wheel and in the process hit 5 parked cars. When we received the call, you were found unconscious, stooped over the steering wheel with a large abrasion across your head. You were brought here by ambulance where a blood sample was taken to measure your blood alcohol level. The results showed it to be 0.11, which is above the legal limit of 0.08. Therefore, you are in our custody for driving while intoxicated, which is why you are handcuffed to the bed. Tammy listened in disbelief. Oh my God, I fucked up big time. She wanted the officer to believe her and tried to sound sincere when she spoke. I honestly thought I was okay to drive, officer. He released a slight shuffle, the first facial expression since he had entered the room. Everyone does, ma'am, the officer told her. Tammy dreaded asking the next question, but she needed to know. Can you tell me if anybody else was hurt? She took a deep breath. I didn't kill anybody, did I? Oh, God, please tell me I didn't. I couldn't live with myself if I did. The officer delayed his answer for a few seconds, letting her stew over the possibility. Luckily, no one else was hurt, just yourself. Tammy held her hand up to her racing heart while briefly closing her eyes. Thank God, she gasped. And like I said, you are very lucky to be here. He waited for Tammy to compose herself after hearing she hadn't killed anyone before continuing his report. Your car is totaled and has been impounded. They had to use the jaws of life to remove you from the vehicle, and I'm here to serve you a DUI. He paused for a moment and pulled out a yellow piece of paper from the top pocket of his shirt. While you've been here, we ran a report on you. You have no priors or outstanding warrants. It seems this is your first offense. Tammy spoke quickly. Yes, it is. I've never been in trouble before. Because you've had no priors, we're releasing you on your own recognizance. Tammy let out a huge sigh of relief, knowing she wasn't going to jail. But, the officer stated, you have to appear for your arraignment in 2 days at the court specified on this ticket. I'm giving you to sign. If you don't appear, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Oh, I'll be there, I promise, Tammy said eagerly. Okay then. Before I move the handcuffs, do you have any questions? Will I be able to drive again? The courts will explain everything to you. Being a first offense, they will probably suspend your license. But get another DUI and they won't be so lenient. And you will go to jail. I can promise you that. Oh, officer, I've learned my lesson. I'll never get behind the wheel drunk again. I promise. That's good to hear. Now I'm going to remove the cuffs and I'll need you to sign this citation. Okay. Tammy watched as the officer walked to the right side of the bed and freed her wrist from the cuffs. Feeling relieved, she rubbed her now stiff, tired arm with her other hand. Thanks. No problem, he said while reaching into his top pocket for a pen. He turned and slid the bed tray in front of her and laid the ticket and pen down. Here you go. Once this is signed, I'm all done here and the nurse will be in shortly to advise you on when they will be releasing you. Tammy took the pen without reading the citation, signed her name. Thank you, officer. I promise you it won't happen again. The officer took the pen, placed it back in his pocket, removed a copy of the citation, and gave it to her, while holding on to his copy. I hope not. You have a good day now. He paused and smiled. Oh, and Happy New Year. Tammy chuckled. Thanks. You too. She replied as she watched him walk out of the room, leaving her with her own thoughts. She remembered nothing about the accident. She vaguely remembered getting in her car after saying goodnight to her friend Haley, her friend from work. Judy, her roommate and best friend, had offered to babysit so she could enjoy her birthday. Haley was also a single mother and wanted to take Tammy out after work. Tammy thought of her son. What a terrible mother she was. Poor Matt must be wondering where Mommy was. Not to mention Judy. God, she fucked up this time. She needed to call home and apologize to Judy. While deep in thought, the same nurse entered the room. How are you feeling? I hope you've been released from custody. I hear you're being released from custody. You're a very lucky lady, you know. Yeah, I know. The cop told me the same thing. The nurse walked to the side of the bed and checked the vital machine. I can't believe how stupid I've been. I'm a mother. I'm not supposed to be acting this way. I feel like such a failure to my son, Tammy confessed. I'm sure he's fine. You can use the phone next to the bed to call home. Just dial 9 for the outside line, then dial the number. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you. Oh, wait. What hospital am I in? Huntington Memorial in Arcadia. Thanks. Before the nurse had left the room, Tammy already had the phone in her hand and was dialing home. After 3 rings, she heard Judy's voice on the other end. Hello, she heard Judy say. Judy, it's Tammy. Tammy, I've been worried sick about you. Are you okay? Where are you? I was in a car accident last night. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. Oh, my God, are you okay? I'll be fine. I totaled my car, though. I don't remember anything, and I woke up to find I was handcuffed to the bed. Handcuffed? I'll tell you everything when I get home. Is Matt okay? God, I'm a terrible mother. No, you're not, Judy said in a harsh tone. Don't you ever say that. He's fine. Do you need me to come get you? I haven't been released yet, but I'm sure I will be soon. If you can, that would be great. I'm so sorry. Tammy paused to remember the name of the hospital. I'm at Huntington Memorial. Thanks, Judy. I owe you one. Don't you worry about it. Matt loves going for car rides. Judy laughed. I'll see you soon. Chapter 1. Better Endings. That was a little longer than I thought. It's been a while since I read this book, but it felt good. I haven't read it in a while. So that was chapter 1 of Better Endings, and thank you for listening. I will do another reading in a little bit. I'm going to have a cup of tea. What I also wanted to bring up, thank you. Oh, wow. Cindy said, wow. You are welcome, Barbara. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Lori. I got to watch that mute button. If you suddenly don't hear me, let me know. It's right there in front of my fingers. Carol says, so good. Oh, Elaine's here. Hey, Elaine. Nice to see you. And who else has popped in while I've been reading? Let me see. Oh, Holly is here. Hey, Holly. Good to see you too. speaking of my chats, I do have a chat coming up on Monday. This Monday coming, April the 29th. And I'm going to be chatting with Valerie Taylor. She's a wonderful author. She has a new book coming out, and I apologize to Valerie. I don't have the title in front of me, but she will be my guest author on Monday. I know a lot of you know Valerie Taylor. She's written The Cozy Mystery. So she is going to be my guest on Monday, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. So I hope you can join me for that. I am winging it. So I'm running through my head what else I wanted to talk to you. And I wish I had a list and I can't think of what it was. But that's okay. I'm looking out my window. You know, we have had rain again. It is almost May, and I'm in California, and all day today it has been 42 degrees, cloudy, overcast, and raining. Last week it was like 75, 70 degrees and sunny, and now today we have rain. And we were hoping to go for a bike ride on Sunday before the puppy came, just for a short bike ride for breakfast over to the next town, which is like 12 miles away, because we have not ridden our bikes in almost a month. And as many of you know, it's a new passion for me. I found the joy of riding my own bike and no longer riding on the back of Gordon's late in life. And when I don't ride my bike, I actually miss it. And this will be a month this weekend that we're not riding our bikes. And I says to Gordon, I says, we got to go riding this weekend. I don't care if it's just for an hour. I really, really miss it. And I can't believe how much I actually enjoy it. Elaine can relate. She has a bike. She hasn't ridden hers in a while, but Elaine can relate. We talked about motorcycles and stuff, but I'm absolutely having so much fun riding. It's a trike. I call it my bike. It's a trike. But I have so much fun riding. And it just, when I'm riding it, it's just like, it just takes my mind away from all the crap in the world, all the headaches I might be dealing with, whether it be with my books or with stuff at home or personal stuff. It just frees me of all that stuff. And all I think about is the ride. So when I haven't been riding for over a month, it's like I have this anxiety, I have this need or this craving to go riding. So I hope that, of course I want the puppy to be here, but I'm hoping that he comes a little bit later in the day so we can go out on the bikes, because it's supposed to be nice Sunday. It's supposed to be, I think around 70, and my hair is in my face, around 70 degrees on Sunday and sunny. I got this piece of hair and it's bugging the heck out of me. Hold on. Okay. So it's like 70, blue skies and sunny. So it'd be a perfect day to just go for a ride to Pine Mountain Club. There's a nice restaurant there that have great breakfasts and sandwiches. And it's like 12 miles away. And just go for a quick ride. And then we can come back and greet the puppy. So cross fingers that we can do that. But I have no say on when the puppy's going to be here. Yes, the next chat, my chat with I call it my cup of the natter. It will be this Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you're Eastern Time, it's 8 p.m. So hopefully you can join me. And as always, there will be giveaways. And I do have giveaways today. I did post. My God, I'm going to get a pair of scissors in a minute. Jesus Christ. I do have some giveaways for my Better Endings showcase. And I'll be announcing the winners for those later on in this chat. I try and find prizes that are related to the book. So I did post them, and I'll tell you about those in a little bit. So that is what's been going on with me. Why don't you give me some information with you guys? Let me turn it over to you for just a little bit. That is this weekend. What do we have planned for this weekend? I am doing a small festival at my library, as I told you. It'll be a few of us authors, local authors, will be signing and selling books. But give me some feedback on what you have planned this weekend. Let me see what you guys are doing this weekend. Elaine says Valerie is so sweet. So I want to know what plans you have. And is your weather like ours? Is it rainy? Is it cold? Or is spring finally arrived where you're at? Cindy says baseball season starts tomorrow. Oh, my grandson just started basketball. One is, I think, 9. He's gonna kill me if he's older. I think he's 8 or 9. That's Luke. And then James is 13 or 12. I'm terrible. They both started basketball. So they are 2 to 3 hours away. So I don't see all the games, but I try and make a couple of games each time they have a season. So I do enjoy watching them. But they just signed up for their games too. Let's say, oh, and then my kids, they are moving into the house next weekend. So that's exciting. They built their house. It's beautiful. I am so proud of both of them. It's beautiful. They're moving in on May the 1st, so I am super excited for them. And I'm going to plan a weekend to stay with them and enjoy their new home. So I'm super excited for them. And I'll post pictures when I go down. Dana said it's windy in Louisiana, but warm. Springtime is here. I hope it gets here soon. I really do. I'm going to scroll some comments here. Let me scroll. I got to watch that mute button. Let's see what we got here. Elaine's going to try to plant some plants. Connie says your hair looks great, just what you did when you put it back just now. Yeah, I have this piece that just keeps falling down in front of my face. It's just annoying. I have a pair of scissors right there. I'm about ready to cut the piece off. Let's see. Cindy says her grandson is 11. Lois said it's 60s. Barbara says Valerie is a new to me author. Can't wait to meet Jack. Normal day routine for me. For excitement, I might get to the grocery store. It got to be 82, and it was sunny all day here. Well, I'm jealous, and I'm in California. Chilly, windy, rainy. That sounds like here. Janet had frost. Wow. Okay. Well, you're colder than where I'm at. And Connie says here too. Carol says we were hoping to ride the bike on Saturday, but now they are predicting rain. Oh, bummer. That's why I haven't ride a bike too. Not only was it the book festival, but the 2 weekends before that, we had rain both days, Saturday, and not just a little bit of rain. It was like a torrential downpour. And then me and Gordon are saying, we're not used to all this rain in California. We're getting our fair share, but the weeds that are coming up in my yard is just ridiculous. And I'm looking around like, okay, I've got to put an hour in here, an hour in there, and just get rid of some of these weeds before they dry out and scatter seeds again. So now I have to find time to. Oh, here we go again with this stupid hair. Hold on. God, it's annoying. So now I have to get out in my yard and do some weeding. It's just everywhere. I mean, I'm looking out the window and in my cottage garden, there's a ton of weeds. Renee says my grandson is having his first dance recital Saturday. Oh, fun, hip hop. And getting packed to go to Savannah, Georgia on Monday. I am jealous, Renee. You have a wonderful, wonderful vacation with your husband, and I want to see pictures. How long are you going for? But have fun. It sounds fantastic. Holly says it's cold and rainy here. Power went out this morning, so school was dismissed early, and I didn't have to work. Then the rest of the weekend is going through the kids' toys and getting rid of that sounds like a fun show. How do the kids feel about that, though, when you get rid of their toys? My son does that a lot. He will go through their toy boxes and just get rid of some toys. In fact, he has the kids help him, and then they have to go get rid of them or donate them, whatever they do. Virgie says no definite plans. Grandson is doing great, and granddaughter is in therapy from her surgery. She is missing sports. Oh, I'm sure she is. She plays volleyball, and she's quite the champ. She has won some games there, Virgie, and your grandson is an inspiration to many. I'm so happy he is doing well. Let's see, we were in the 40s and cold winds yesterday and 80s this weekend. That's how we are. It's up and down and all over the place. Lori has ARCs to read. Okay, well, you guys, I love hearing what you guys are doing too and not have to make it all be about me. Elaine says it's 84 degrees here today. And yesterday she had storms. It seems like the whole country the weather is everywhere. All right, I think I'm going to give you a little treat. Are you ready to hear Chapter 1 of Secrets Told? Shall I do that? I'm making sure the mute button is not on. It's not on. And like I said, this is still in the rough. Something I've never done before. I've never read a chapter from my books before it is printed. So this is just something I thought why not? You're going to read it anyways, eventually. But hopefully you will. Let's put it that way. But I thought it'd be just kind of fun to give you a little insight to the book. And like I said, it's still in the rough. Let me give you the process of what's going on with the book right now. I am cleaning it up. It's called Secrets Told. I'm in the process of cleaning it up after writing the first manuscript. I am still on the first round of my round. I call it my round. I have about 90 pages to go, and then I will go through it one more time, but that takes half the time because all my corrections, all the changes, 90% of them all been done. So the second time I go through it, it goes much quicker. Then it will go off to my wonderful editor, Lulu. She would do her magic, and she normally does a couple of rounds of edits. While she is working on the first edits, I will then go make a post in my review team group. And I know many of you are a member of that group, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate you taking the time to read my book, review my book, but I look for, and I usually tag, and I don't like the tag at everyone. I don't use it too often. With something like this where I have, 75 plus members in my review team book, and I understand that not everyone can read the book. You might be going on vacation like Renee, but Renee, you'll be back by then. You have something coming up, but I like to have more reviewers than actually read the book. So, we have choices of people being able to review. So once Lulu has the book, I will then make an announcement in my review team that the book will be coming. And I'll get, by then I hopefully have the blurb. And then what next? Oh, then when I get the first round of edits back from Lulu, I then make it into an ebook and give it to the review team. Lulu will probably have it for about, I'm guessing about a month, depending on how much he can do per day. But once the first round of edits have gone through from Lulu, I then send it out to the viewers. I don't want to send it out until at least it's had one round of edits. It's got to have at least one. Also this month, the cover design will begin. This is one of my favorite parts of writing a book. Other than writing the book, I have so much fun with my cover designer coming up with the cover. That starts on May 20th. It's either the 20th or the 27th. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but it's one of those two dates. But we discuss on what we want the cover to be, and the part I don't like about writing the books has also got to be done, and that is writing the blurb. Out of everything, when it comes to writing a book, the blurb is the hardest for me, and the one that I'm not going to say detest, but I just don't enjoy doing it. But it's something I need to do. And being a self-published author, it's another hat I have to wear. I could hire someone to write the blurb, but many, and nothing against people that write blurbs, but many of them do not read the book. And I've always told myself, how can you write a blurb about a book you don't read? You haven't read. So for me, I feel like I know my book the best, and I should be able to, I will, and I always do, come up with the blurb. It just takes all day to condense an 80,000 word manuscript into 250 words that hopefully will grab a reader's attention, engage them, and entice them to open up the book, read a little bit more, and maybe purchase it. So that's what's going on this month. As of yet, I still do not have a release date. That will be known, or an idea of, once Lulu has finished the first round of edits and it's gone out to the reviewers. By then, I kind of know the time frame of how much time she needs to go for the second edits and how long it would take me to get the paperback and all that stuff done. So that's where we're at with the new book, Secrets Told. And like I promised, I'm going to read chapter 1. So this is chapter 1, Secrets Told. Like I said, no one's read this but me. It is in the rough, so forgive me if I pause because I'm still editing, but why not? Okay, so here we go. Secrets Told, Chapter 1. And I'm reading off my computer, so forgive me. I'm not on mute, am I? Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm not on mute. It doesn't look like I'm on mute. I got to watch that mute button. All right, so here we go. Chapter 1, Secrets Told. Okay. From her desk, 33-year-old Leslie Williams heard the prominent footsteps marching across the marble floor of the reception area on the other side of the heavy double glass doors. Only the Gucci black-heeled pumps worn by her boss, successful and powerful Manhattan criminal defense attorney Patricia Levenick, would make that fearful sound. Leslie quickly sat up straight, opened the top drawer to her left, and slipped the donut and napkin inside before hastily closing it. Being Patricia's legal assistant, her desk was the closest to Patricia's office, overlooking downtown Manhattan from the 57th floor. Leslie brushed back her shoulder-length blonde hair with her hand and looked over her shoulder to 5 co-workers sitting at the desk, shuffling to make the work area cleaner and more organized. Some quickly yanked headphones out of their ears and all shifted in their seats, switching their focus to their computer screens. "It's 9 a.m. The Dragon Lady has arrived," Leslie laughed, followed by loud laughter from the others. Seconds later, carrying an armful of files, dressed in the Gucci black pencil skirt and matching lapel blazer, her short chestnut brown hair layered away from her face, 39-year-old Patricia marched past Leslie's desk, her footsteps silenced by the carpet in this part of the building. Without looking at Leslie, Without looking at Leslie and instead turning to unlock the double mahogany door to her office, she hollered in a sharp tone, "Leslie, I need the Jacob files on my desk pronto. I'm due in court this afternoon." Leslie rolled her eyes. "I put them on your desk last night before I left." Patricia abruptly stopped before opening the door to her office and slowly turned her body to face Leslie, giving her a piercing stare. "You did? Why didn't you tell me? I could have taken them home last night and studied them, instead of being rushed this morning." Leslie swallowed the lump in her throat that had quickly formed. "I did. I thought you heard me." Patricia placed a hand on her hip and rolled her eyes in a demeaning manner. "Did I reply or say thank you? If I did not, then you obviously need to pay more attention and not just assume everything." Leslie lowered her eyes to the floor. "I'm sorry. I honestly thought you heard me." "Well, next time, get clarification. How many times do we have this conversation, Leslie? Now, I need you to hold all my calls, and I want no interruptions whatsoever unless the building is on fire. Do I make myself clear?" Leslie cowered from her stare. "Yes, understood." She breathed in a heavy sigh of relief when her boss entered the office and closed the door behind her. The tension in the room quickly lifted, and chatter amongst others soon began again. Leslie calculated in her head and whispered to herself, 6 more months and I'll have a year under my belt at this frigging place, and then it'll be time to start looking for another job where I'll be appreciated and treated better." She opened the top left drawer and took a bite of her now almost stale donut. She was determined to stick it out. Having the law office of Patricia Levenick on your resume was guaranteed to take you places, and it seemed a year was sufficient, according to previous legal assistants that had moved on to higher and better positions. With her hands still full of files, Patricia embraced the silence and solitude of her spacious office. She felt a slither of guilt for the way she had talked to Leslie. But she didn't get where she was today by being nice. She had learned to grow a tough skin and in the business and had worked hard for all her achievements. It had paid off. She was respected high in her field and had her own law firm and was amongst the top 10 best lawyers in New York City. After placing the files on the top 3 corners of the desk, Patricia walked behind her desk, slid her black leather purse off her shoulder, and placed it next to her leather desk chair before taking a seat. Like she did every morning, she smiled at the framed pictures of her 2 daughters, her 11-year-old Savannah and her young 9-year-old Munchkin Jewel. She would miss them this weekend. Bryce, her ex-husband, would be picking them up from their private school this afternoon and taking them for the weekend to his awful 200-acre dairy farm in Connecticut, which he did once a month. A place Patricia had no desire to visit and hated the thought of her 2 girls out there in the middle of nowhere when they could be with her, playing tennis, practicing ballet, or having violin and piano lessons. She shuddered at the thought and picked up the phone handset from her desk and connected to the outside line. "Bryce, it's Patricia. I wanted to make sure you'll be picking up the girls this afternoon. Yes, Patricia, we talked last night and I confirmed then. Why would you think I forget to pick up my own daughters? I count the days until it's my weekends every month. And as soon as they've left, I'm counting the days again. Geez, Patricia, have more faith, will you? Have I ever forgotten? He said in his prominent English accent with a cocky tone. No, you haven't. I just worry when they're not with me. Call me after you pick them up, if you don't mind. Patricia, I'm the dad. I know how to take care of them, okay? And yes, I will call you like I always do. We've been doing this for 5 years since our divorce. And don't be late dropping them off on Sunday, she barked. They have school on Monday. And Bryce, please make sure they take a bath before they come home, after being on that filthy farm of yours for 2 days. I don't know why you hate my farm so much. I've never been happier. And you know as well as I do, the girls love it here. Jill loves fishing in the pond, in fact. In fact, I bought her a new shiny red tackle box to match her fishing pole. It's a surprise, you know. Patricia gasped. You bought our daughter a tackle box? Why couldn't you buy her a nice dress or a new pair of shoes, for heaven's sake? Bryce cracked a loud laugh. She can't wear that stuff on the farm. They have a wardrobe of jeans, T-shirts, and sneakers here. And honestly, they can't change into them fast enough when they get here. And Savannah spends most of her time riding her pony Cleo. Oh, please, I've had enough of hearing about that damn pony. Savannah won't shut up about it. You should have talked to me first before you bought it for her. Now, hang on a second. Since when do I need permission from you before buying my daughter a gift? You should have been there 3 months ago when I gave her the pony. She was crying. I was crying. Heck, even Jewel was crying. It was beautiful. You really should come up there and watch her ride. She's a natural, Patricia. She's a natural, Patricia, and she shines the biggest smile I've ever seen. When she rides it, it's a beautiful sight. I'm telling you, you're missing out. Patricia rolled her eyes and shook her head. I honestly don't want to get into this. Hold on. I honestly don't want to get into this. I have work to do. I must be in court this afternoon. Just call me after you pick them up, okay? Fine. But you really should make some time to come up here, Patricia. Like it or not, our girls love being in the country and being with nature. Maybe one day you will too. Not a chance, Patricia hissed before hanging up the phone. That is chapter 1. That is the first taste of Secrets Told. So, I hope you like it. There's a little bit of corrections I see when I was reading it. But anyways, I wanted to give you a little taste of it, which I've never done before the book is actually published. So Carol says, I can see why they are divorced. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Virgie. Elaine Sapp, thank you. I love it already. Barbara, thank you for the extra reading. Sounds great. Thank you so much. That gives me confidence. Lisa, it sounds great. Tina, thank you so much for reading. Just you are welcome. And I will keep you progressed on the publishing of the book. It's got a little ways to go. And this book, like I said before, is taken a little longer than I'd like it to be. Excuse me. But a lot's been going on. And it is a new book with new surroundings, new characters, new destinations that I had to research. But I love how it's turned out. And I also, this sounds interesting. She's the character and a half. Let me tell you that. But she kept me on my toes. She has kept me on my toes, writing about her and getting to know her. Bryce, her ex-husband, of course, he's from England and he's cocky. So I like that about Bryce. And the daughters are really sweet. But I really hope you enjoy the story. But I did want to give you a little taste and something to look forward to, I hope. So anyways, that was the first chapter of Secrets Told. Now, how are we doing for time? Oh, we're getting up there. All right. Let's talk giveaways. I can't believe it's almost an hour already. Okay. I did have, I always do giveaways for the Showcase Fridays. And I like to, excuse me for a minute, I'm on my tablet right here. I want to show you some pictures. I like to do a giveaway that is reflection of the book or related to the book, something like that. And I appreciate you guys that have read the books for supporting the Showcase giveaways and commenting and stuff like that. And if you haven't read the books, I hope that you will give them a chance sometime and I hope doing these showcases, if you're new to my work, new to the books, that these help and give you a little insight on whether or not you want to pick them up or not. So for each showcase, I'm doing 4 giveaways. The last one I did 4, this one I'm doing 4. And the first 2 is a signed paperback. I have 2 copies to give away to 2 lucky readers, and you don't have to be here to win. I'll announce it in the group too after the chat, but I have 2 winners for this. You'll get a signed paperback of Better Endings. You'll also get the matching bookmark and some book stickers and a thank you note. So the 2 winners for the books are, let me see. This I did write down before I started. Okay, the first winner for the paperback is, oh my God, I can't read my own writing. Hold on a minute. Diane Cavello Farley. So Diane Cavello Farley, you have won a signed copy of Better Endings. They'll be shipped out next week. The second winner of, God, my writing is terrible. The second winner of Better Endings signed paperback is Jenny Coney, Coyne. She has won a signed paperback. So I will be reaching out to you, or you can reach out to me with your details, and they will go out next week. So thank you, ladies. And the way you are entered into these giveaways is by commenting. So you just can't, I have posts all throughout the month, 2 every Friday. And all you need to do is just leave comments on not every single one, but if you happen to see them and they catch your interest, leave comments and you are entered in the giveaways. All right. So for the other 2 gifts, hold on. I have, one is, okay, when I get these gifts, I have a few people that I love to buy from that create their own gifts, and they're on Etsy. So I like to support their work and support their business that they're doing. So these gifts that I choose from them, I try to get that relate to the book, and the work is beautiful. I bought from them before, previous gifts for these showcases. I have sent before, and they just do beautiful work. So I try to support them. And the first gift is, I think this is really cute. In fact, I'm getting 2 of these because I want one. And it is the lobster tea towel. It is cotton. And there's a lucky winner for that one. And the winner for the cotton tea towel is Belinda Moody Dawson Mann. That's a long name. So Belinda Moody Dawson Mann, you have won the cotton tea towel. And I'm getting one too. So I'm a winner too, because I ordered 2 of those. And she is shipping them to me directly, and then I will ship them to you. So Donnie, it might be not this week, but the week after that you get that one. So that is for Donnie. It's really cute. So I'm looking forward to putting that in my kitchen. And then the final one is, this is really pretty. It is I Refuse to Sink Anchor Chain. And in Better Endings, if you read the story, Tammy, grows. She grows not only as a woman, but in strength. So for this, it's perfect in relation to Better Endings. And it says, when I am tossed upon the waters, when the winds of change begin to blow, hope is the anchor to my soul. So this is a silver. In fact, I wear an anchor all the time. This one I got from Gordon for our 25th wedding anniversary. So this one I never take off. So this one I love. So anyways, this is the other gift. And again, it's going to come to me, and then I will ship it to the winner. And the winner of the anchor, hold on a second. The anchor necklace is Renee Simmons. So Renee, you are the winner of the anchor necklace. Again, it might not go out next week. It'll probably go out the week after, because I'm waiting for her to ship it to me. And there you go. So those are the winners for this month. Again, thank you so much for participating in my Showcase Fridays. I'm having fun doing them. And there'll be a new Showcase Friday starting next Friday. That's going to be the reunions, book 3 of the Tammy Mellows trilogy. I'll be showcasing it all month, doing a live read at the end of the month. And by then, we'll see where Secrets Told is at. I will have updates on the editing of that and maybe have a release date. I will keep you posted. Everyone, you are great. Thank you so much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you back in the group. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.